Made with EasyVid, freeware at easyvid.com. We're back with another top 10 list, and today we're going over the top 10 mouse pads. And we're going to start by heading over to said list, which can be found at easyvid.com/top-10-mouse-pads. And we are starting with number 10 on our list, which is the Innovera mousepad with gel wrist support. This is a really great mousepad for gamers or designers or anyone using a computer for extended periods of time. It's selling for $10, and those who like it say the rubber backing really holds the pad in place, and that the gel wrist pad does offer nice wrist support. And those who suffer from wrist pain explain that this mousepad does help relieve that discomfort. They say it's not too soft, it's not too hard, and it's elevated nicely. Many also agree that mice track nicely over the surface, and most have no issues with the mouse pad at all. Most, but not all. A few people totally disregarded the mouse because of its odor. Now, some users did describe the unit smelling of rubber after initial purchase, but they say that the odor does go away. But you know, some people just can't go a day without complaining. And one person actually suffered from wrist pain due to this mouse pad. That's interesting. Let's head back over to our list now. easyvid.com/top-10-mouse-pads. We're moving on to number 9, the Razer Sphex Gaming Gray Desktop Skin. It's called a desktop skin because of its paper-thin thickness. It's selling for $11, and it features multi-use adhesive, so you can move it and secure it to multi-surfaces without degrading the adhesive, which is a huge pro among many reviewers. Many describe using the mousepad on various surfaces like wood, glass, with no issues. And they like that despite its paper-thin appearance, it's extremely durable, and it's also washable. A few gamers do recommend this mousepad if you're a gamer. But some people claim that laser mice do not track well on this pad, but all of the good reviews definitely outweigh these complaints, and they outweigh them by hundreds. So there's that. Now let's head back over to our list at easyvid.com/top-10-mouse-pads. And we are moving on to number 8, the Razer Goliathus extended mousepad. Goliathus. Am I saying that right? This mouse actually comes in 4 sizes. This mousepad actually comes in 4 sizes, and this is the largest of them. It's selling for $57, and a lot of people love that you can fit both a keyboard and a mouse on this mat. And they agree that the quality and tracking is really great, especially again for gamers and designers. What few bad reviews there were, by few I mean 2. One describes the surface of the mat to that of gravel, which seems extremely exaggerated. Have you actually placed your hand on gravel lately? And another thinks the size is out of control and unnecessary, but why would you buy it in the first place? And several users do wish that the graphic quality was a little higher, as it tends to fade away after washing. Bummer. Back to the list now at easyvid.com/top-10-mouse-pads. We're now on number 7, the SteelSeries 9HD Large Professional Gaming Mousepad. So this fella features light reflecting microscopic points which are supposed to enhance tracking capabilities. It's selling for $35. The tracking capabilities make it ideal for the avid gamer locked away in someone's basement surrounded by empty bags of Cheetos and Nas energy drinks. Or that might be my place. Many love its tracking and say it's much faster than expected, and it's very accurate. Some like that it's waterproof, and apparently it works great with optical and laser mice. But some would say that the tracking is too fast and their cursor jumps around the screen, while others say the surface is not uniform, and they say to think of sandpaper, which causes mouse movement issues and actually might leave some spots on your hand. That's kind of strange. Back to the list now. easyvid.com/top-10-mouse-pads. We're on number 6, the Fellows Medium Mousepad. This is pretty simple. It's a no garnish mousepad, so but don't think that it's not durable. It's selling for $6. And positive reviews love its durability. They also like that it does what it should. It grabs well to surfaces, pairs nicely with other computer mice, and they say the neoprene surface is long-lasting, so don't expect any fraying anytime soon. But then we have those who decided to take the exaggeration train, and they complain of eye-watering toxic smell, really. And while some say the thickness is just right, Others say it's too thick or too thin, so just don't forget that there's this little thing called the product description, and it gives you the dimensions of the product, so you kind of have no one to blame but yourself when it's not what you wanted. Anyway, back to the list now at easyvid.com/top-10-mouse-pads. We are halfway through our list, moving on to number 5, the Innovera gel mouse pad with wrist rest. This is the only other gel wrist pad mouse pad on our list, selling for $13, and for the most part it has many positive reviews. Users explain that the gel rest is really comfortable and doesn't hinder any wrist movement, and they describe the base of the pad being kind of more on the sticky side so it doesn't slide around on surfaces. And they say that it wipes clean really easily, which of course is the most important part. And all aboard the exaggeration train, picking up Lover of Beauty for comparing the smell of a mousepad to terrible chemical stew, and Jay Haney for comparing gel to an obtuse concrete brick. That's the silliest comparison I've heard in a while. Back to the list now at easyvid.com/top-10-mouse-pads. And we're on number 4 now. The Logitech portable lap desk. Ugh, so hard to say. This is ideal for people on the go or traveling or whatnot. It features a retractable mouse pad, selling for $28. Those who enjoy it like that laptops fit nicely, and it grips well so it doesn't slide off, and it keeps your legs from suffering any burns from all that obnoxious computer heat. They also say the retractable mouse pad is a nice feature and it works pretty well. Those disagreeers think the tray is poorly made and can't carry much weight, and if you don't like how heavy the lap desk is, because 1 pound is really straining on the legs. Back to the list now at easyvid.com/top-10-mouse-pads. We are now on number 3, the SteelSeries 4HD professional gaming mouse pad. This is just like the previous SteelSeries on our list, but it is slightly smaller. It's stain and water resistant and is supposed to provide smooth tracking, selling for $20. And users like that it is compatible with laser mice, and it's great for playing games because of its smooth non-stick surface, which makes for a precise mouse movement. Some users, however, describe difficulties using optical mice with this mouse pad, and they did not get any cursor movement at all. And some complain that the surface texture is uncomfortable and leaves marks on your hands. And one felt that the surface was too slick and had difficulty with the cursor moving too much. Good grief, y'all. Slick or rough? Which is it? Back to the list now. easyvid.com/top-10-mouse-pads. And we are almost there. We are on number 2. Another SteelSeries, the QCK Heavy Gaming Mouse Pad. As opposed to the other SteelSeries pads on the list, this one has a cloth surface that guarantees smoothness and glide performance, selling for $25. Positive reviews like the foam rubber base, whose thickness offers comfort and just enough traction, and it doesn't slide around on any surfaces, so it's stable. And they say the mouse pad itself is pretty large for extra movement space. And out of the 2 negative reviews for this mouse pad, one describes a strong rubber smell, of course, they do, and the other didn't like that the cloth surface began to peel away from the base after short use. Better stock up on that, what's the word I'm looking for? Crazy glue. There we go. And we are heading back to our list for the last time. It's easyvid.com/top-10-mouse-pads. Number 1, oh, I can't even say it. The Razer Goliathus Omega Mousepad. Such fancy names, Razer. So this is a step down from the extended Razer mouse mat on the list, and its advanced cloth weave surface offers controlled cursor speed, and the price is $21. Those who recommend it love its large size and say the traction and mouse control is great. Some say it makes cursor movement more sensitive and smoother, and once you get used to that, it really is a great mouse pad. And of course the bad stuff, some complain of its quality and price, comparing it to a free mouse pad you might come across. Harsh. And some gamers say that there is too much friction for playing shooter games, and one described as a waste of money because the edges begin to fray after a short time. Well, la-di-da. That concludes our top 10 mousepad video. Who knew there was so much to think about when purchasing mousepads? Head over to ezvid.com/top-10-mouse-pads to see our entire list. See you next time!